Going into vessel space, there is another planet called Proxima B. Its temperature is very similar to Earth's, and it is in the habitable zone of its star, Proxima Centauri. After the Sun, this star system is the next closest to our own, which makes it very interesting. This red dwarf star is 4.23 light-years away from our Sun, which makes it a good target for studies of the universe. Researchers and space fans are both interested in Proxima B because it has conditions similar to those on Earth. Cosmologists have been able to spot the light coming from the exoplanet Proxima B thanks to recent advances in technology, especially the new James Webb Space Telescope. This finding could be proof that the planet is inhabited by aliens, sparking interest in the idea that there might be life beyond Earth. That being said, this is just one of many exciting things that the James Webb Space Telescope could show us. As we look at what our new telescope might find on Proxima B, it makes us think a lot about the idea of sending people to this very faraway world. Stay tuned as we learn more about this strange find by the James Webb Space Telescope. If you're interested in keeping up with the latest news about the world and all of its amazing things, you might want to subscribe to our channel. To stay up to date, don't forget to like this video and turn on the bell icon. What does an asteroid really mean? A planet that follows a star other than our Sun is called an exoplanet. This means that it is not in our solar system. Most people are interested in Proxima B more than any of the other exoplanets that scientists have been studying. The star that this world is orbiting, Proxima Centauri, is a red dwarf, which means that it is relatively cool, with a temperature of 2,872 degrees Celsius. It has a lot less mass than the Sun and gives off only 0.001 times as much light. Proxima B is very close to its star, which is important because it is in the habitable zone, an area where life might be possible. For us, this zone is usually where flowing water can be found on the surface of a planet, which is necessary for life. The traits of Proxima B are eerily similar to those on Earth. For example, it has continents, seas, and maybe even life. Auroras could give the planet's atmosphere a greenish color because of the strong flares that come from its star. These flares from stars make a complicated magnetic field that might lead to strange things happening in the atmosphere. Proxima B is tidally locked, which means that the planet always faces its star from the same side. This is similar to how the Moon orbits Earth. Because of this, a strange situation arises where life may be better. Proxima B's surface temperature could be anywhere from -90 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius, which would mean a lot of different situations. It takes about 11 Earth days to go around Proxima Centauri once, which means that the years are much shorter there than they are here. Additionally, Proxima B has a gravity that is about 1.3 times stronger than Earth's. This could have effects on any life forms that might grow there. However, scientists are still not sure what Proxima B's atmosphere is made of. If it exists, it might have important things in it like water, carbon dioxide, and different minerals that are needed for biochemical processes that keep life going. Although Proxima B is getting a lot of attention, sending manned trips there is still very hard because of how far away it is. There is a project called Breakthrough Starshot going on right now that is backed by billionaire Yuri Milner. The goal of this project is to make nanoprobes that can move at 20% the speed of light. These probes would be made to go to Proxima Centauri, which would give us a unique chance to study our nearby star system up close. About 16,000 kilometers per second is how fast these nanoprobes are thought to be able to go, which means they could get to Proxima Centauri in a few decades. A mission like this could help future generations learn a lot by solving riddles about Proxima Centauri and its interesting neighbor planet, Proxima B. What do you think these nanoprobes might find when they get there? It's interesting that we have already started getting signs from Proxima Centauri. The Parkes radio telescope picked up these signals while it was looking into the star. The star was putting out strangely strong flares that caught the attention of cosmologists, such as Anderson from the University of California. The goal of the Breakthrough Listen project, which he oversaw, is to find technological societies in space. This will help us figure out if we are the only ones in the world. This project is part of the larger search for intelligence from other planets. It involves gathering and storing different signals from space to make a database for future study. It was when Shin Smith, a hard-working student at UC Berkeley, started to look at the signs while he was working that important discoveries were made. He found an interesting narrowband radio frequency emission at 982.551 MHz by chance. Penn State University, which did a great job analyzing the signal, said that this signal is one of the most exciting discoveries of the Breakthrough Listen project because it doesn't follow the usual trends we've seen before. The Parkes radio telescope works by picking up messages that last only a short time. During these tests, the telescope focuses on Proxima Centauri and then moves to look at other parts of the sky to make sure that any possible signs come from the star itself. Sophia said that during the 3 hours of viewing, a signal always came back 5 times every 30 minutes when the telescope was focused on Proxima. On the other hand, when the antenna moved away, the signal went away, which made people wonder where it came from. This shows how important the finding was. Dyer RIT, a space expert from the University of Pennsylvania, said that seeing this kind of signal, which doesn't come from Earth, strongly points to the presence of high-tech objects. With the help of the James Webb Space Telescope, which is pointed at Proxima B, these signals are still being studied to prove that they come from space. Scientists are hopeful that it will soon be able to pick up artificial light from Earth, which would be more proof of a possible society. Abraham L. from Harvard University stressed that the James Webb Space Telescope would be able to spot Proxima B's light with 85% certainty if it gives off artificial light at night that is 5% as bright as the sun during the day. This would be a huge deal. Because Proxima B is much smaller and less bright than our sun, the shape of its habitable zone is different. Because of this one-of-a-kind feature, the habitable zone is a lot closer to the star than it is to our sun. Proxima B orbits around Proxima Centauri about 4.5 million kilometers away, giving it an orbital period of about 11.2 Earth days. Proxima Centauri is known for being very busy. It sends out strong solar flares that could make it hard for Proxima B to become a habitable planet. The world is also very close to its star, which causes huge changes in temperature. During the day, one side is very hot, and at night, it's very cold. These big changes in temperature could have big effects on the planet's ability to support life. Due to the large amount of information that has been collected about it, Proxima B stands out as the star that researchers are most interested in. On the other hand, it's not the only world that looks like Earth and could support life. So far, 55 possibly habitable exoplanets have been found in the Milky Way galaxy alone. Many more are still to be found. We are still looking for and naming these faraway worlds as our technology gets better. For example, there is still a good chance that there are habitable planets in the Andromeda galaxy, which is close by and has many of the same traits as our own. In addition, superclusters of galaxies open up even more options when you look at the bigger picture of the universe. The Milky Way is part of the Local Group, which is made up of about 40 galaxies. The Local Group is part of the Local Supercluster, which has about 100,000 galaxies. Surprisingly, it is thought that there are around 10 million superclusters in the world. This calls for a thorough probe. Even though the Milky Way isn't very big and only has 55 confirmed possibly habitable planets, just think of all the habitable planets and even planets with life that are out there in the observable universe. Finding exoplanets is important because it could help us learn more about our place in the universe and answer important questions about life and existence on other worlds. We can learn about the huge variety of planetary systems and the chance of new types of life beyond Earth by continuing to study exoplanets. These findings can also help us learn more about how planetary systems form and change over time. The search for life beyond Earth is changed in very important ways. Exoplanets are important places for life to exist because they can tell us a lot about the conditions life needs to grow in other places. Finally, studying exoplanets lets us try our current ideas and theories about how planets and other celestial bodies form and change over time. This greatly improves our understanding of the universe and our place in it. People have always been interested in exploring the vast world, which makes us want to find out more about our reality and the possibility of life beyond Earth. Finding new worlds isn't just a scientific task. It's also a philosophical one that makes us think about life, whether or not something can support life, and the universe itself. As we go deeper into space research, our tools and technologies keep getting better, which lets us learn things that were previously unimaginable. Recent trips to different bodies in our solar system have given us useful information about how they are doing. For example, the Mars rovers have found proof of old lakes and rivers, which suggests that life may have existed on the red planet in the past. Also, trips to the outer planets, like the Cassini probe studying Saturn and the Juno spacecraft orbiting Jupiter, have shown us a lot about their atmospheres, magnetospheres, and suns and moons, and some of them might even be safe for life. The wide range of these situations shows how many different ways there are for life to start. Our ideas about where life might live have also changed as we look for exoplanets. Kepler's program alone has found thousands of exoplanets. Many of them are in the habitable zones of their stars. Since these discoveries, the idea of what makes a world possibly habitable has grown. Now, scientists can look at more things, like moons, the makeup of the atmosphere, and geological activity. One interesting thing about studying exoplanets is the idea of biosignatures, which are signs that life might be present. Scientists are working on ways to study the atmospheres of faraway planets in search of gases like carbon dioxide, oxygen, and methane that might show signs of life. The idea that telescopes like the planned Extremely Large Telescope, ELT, or the Roman Space Telescope could be used to look for biosignatures is exciting scientists. These findings could completely change how we think about where life is found in the world. Along with direct findings, the study of astrobiology has grown, looking into the conditions that might make life possible in other places. Extremophiles are creatures that can live in the harshest environments on Earth, like hydrothermal vents and acidic lakes. Scientists study these organisms to learn more about the limits of life. This study helps us look for life in places that we thought couldn't have it, like the icy moons of Jupiter and Saturn. Enceladus and Europa are especially interesting because they have oceans below the surface that might be home to microbes. As we think about the future, living on other worlds seems more and more likely. NASA's Artemis program and SpaceX's Starship both want to send people to Mars, but they also want to keep people on the moon and beyond. These projects not only want to push the limits of what humans can do in space, but they also want to make space a stable home for humans so that they can continue to explore the solar system and beyond. Also, the idea that there might be life beyond Earth brings up important moral and intellectual questions. What does it mean for humans to meet life from other planets? How could we communicate and work together with clever beings? These questions aren't just guesses. They are very important things to think about for future tasks. Setting up rules for how to interact ethically with alien intelligence is something that both scientists and ethicists are becoming more interested in. Also, the new findings in exoplanet research make us think about what we know about planetary systems. Existence of strange planetary shapes, like hot Jupiters, gas giants that orbit very close to their stars, makes it harder to understand how planets form. These strange events make scientists rethink how planets move and how interactions with stars affect the growth of planets. People are also thinking again about the idea of the Goldilocks zone, which is a place where everything is just right for life. New research shows that life might be able to survive in more situations than was thought before. For instance, the seas below icy bodies might be stable places for living things to survive, and high-energy conditions like those around black smokers on ocean floors might also be able to support a wide range of ecosystems. A lot more people are interested in space travel now, thanks to amazing pictures taken by telescopes and stories about missions like the Perseverance rover and the James Webb Space Telescope. Social media sites let scientists share their research and interact with the public, building a group of people around the world who are interested in cosmology and space exploration.